The attic chimes and the secret of the glass jars. In my house, we didn't do regular chores. Most kids had to mow the lawn or do the dishes, but my job was the chimes. Every Tuesday, right as the sun started to dip behind the oak trees, my mom would hand me a heavy iron key. "Top floor, Tyler," she'd say, her voice tight, like she was holding back a scream. "Don't look at the jars, just ring the bells." In the attic, there were hundreds of tiny brass chimes hanging from the rafters, and beneath them, rows and rows of glass jars filled with this thick, swirling gray smoke. It looked alive, pressing against the glass like it was trying to find a way out. I'd walk through the narrow aisles, shaking the chimes until the whole room echoed with a high, piercing silver sound. The smoke in the jars would settle, turning dull and still. I never thought twice about it, until I invited my buddy Jax over for a gaming marathon. He heard the ringing from the driveway. "Dude, what is that? Sounds like a freaking wind chime factory in there." I laughed it off, telling him it was just a weird family tradition to keep the air fresh. But Jax didn't laugh. He looked at me, his face turning that weird shade of green people get when they're about to barf. "Tyler, my grandpa used to talk about those jars. He called them soul traps. He said if the ringing ever stops, the things inside, they remember who kept them locked up." The school found out by Wednesday. Suddenly, I was the ghost boy. People would stop talking when I walked by, looking at my hands like they expected to see smoke leaking out of my fingernails. I finally broke. I went to my dad demanding the truth. He didn't even look up from his coffee. "Tyler," he said, his voice flat, "the chimes aren't for the jars. They're for us. The ringing, it's the only thing that keeps us from remembering what we had to do to fill them." I went to the attic tonight, but I didn't bring the chimes. I brought a hammer, and now the house is very, very quiet.